All right, you guys, let's get into our final story of the day. We got to talk about Katie, Ross, and Ashley. And listen, I do have to ask you guys, mic check 1 2 1 2. Let me know if you think she's telling the truth. Okay, I'm going to read you her tweets, and y'all, please tell me if you think that Katie is telling the truth and that Ashley did indeed go to Chowtown on her. I don't know why she came out with this. Listen, somebody had just posted something about, actually, wait a minute. Wait, this is about the Janelle story. Oh my God, you guys, so sorry. This is the Janelle story. Hang on. Listen, I told you guys, I'm exhausted but energized at the same time. So essentially, Canel caught wind of Janelle posting her restraining order online. And so she clapped back by saying, and I quote, shout out to Team Mom Chatter for these screenshots, by the way. But she clapped back by saying, I didn't send a picture of my restraining order to anyone, if anyone was wondering. I think she, being Janelle, drove her psychotic ass to the courthouse and got a copy. She should have drove herself to get institutionalized instead. And I completely agree with her. Janelle is obsessed with her. Janelle pretends she's over David, hasn't looked back, but she is obsessed with her and the fact that David moved on at a certain point, and she just wants to destroy this girl because this girl did also kind of, feed into the hateration and stuff, like the ish talking about her and whatnot. But at this point, that relationship is over. It's time to move on, right? So I imagine that perhaps I didn't get to look, because y'all know, listen, I used to be on Twitter. I used to love Twitter. I was one of the OG Twitter users. But I had to get off of it when things, Musk. So I haven't seen the responses in the tweet and whatnot, but I hope that a lot of people encouraged Canel to file her own police report against Janelle, or to, for stalking, harassment, cyber stalking, something. I believe that Janelle has faced cyber stalking charges in the past. Either she faced them personally or she had them pressed against somebody else. Y'all, please let me know in the live chat if you're watching live, or in the playback posse if you're going to be watching the replay. But she was involved in some sort of cyber stalking case in some capacity, right? So yeah, let me know what you guys remember of that. But I do remember that it happened. By the way, Latasha's asking me if I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on Blue Sky, but nothing was happening on it. So I have an account, but I haven't been on that thing since the Nazi salute, because that's the day I quit Twitter. And then I signed up for that. I signed up for Threads. I look at Threads from time to time, but it just doesn't inspire me to post, to be honest with you guys. B says, don't care for substances. I worry about side effects and addiction. Same. I just don't care for it. I shouldn't even say anymore, because I never really cared for the weed and stuff like that anyway. Alcohol, yeah, socially, but meh. Latasha says, you can tell they don't have the criminal mindset. This is about Wendy and Eddie, by the way. Too many careless mistakes. Exactly. They're not meant for this. They were desperate, right? If they did this, allegedly, they were just desperate and clumsy. Hamlet's Princess says, I started smoking at 30 and it makes me feel like a normal person. Ooh, I wonder what you mean by that. What about it makes you feel like a normal person? And I think this goes back to what I mean about everybody having different brain chemistry and things impacting people differently. I know one of you guys was talking a little bit earlier about how it makes you creative for recipes and stuff like that. So I'm kind of curious about, your perspective. Hey, Kahara, nice to see you, boo. Listen, you're just in time for our final story of the day. So I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're here. Kelly says, this was against one of David Easton's other baby mamas. I still can't believe ladies are letting this man hit, let alone bust a nut. Ew, inside of them, gross. Gwen says, I like Blue Sky. More control over my algorithm, less bots, pretty pictures, and cute animals are like half my feed. Really? Okay, listen, I'll try to give it another chance then. Thank you. Yo, listen, I gotta be honest. I'm kind of lazy about social media. Outside of YouTube, I don't really like to post that many other places. But I need to. But I'm just a YouTube girly. Anyway, listen, y'all. I keep telling y'all I'm exhausted and energized at the same time. So I think I might need a nap. I got to get into the final story of the day with y'all. It is about Katie Rost, former Real Housewife of Potomac, accusing Ashley of chowing down on her coochie. And she came up with this story out of nowhere, by the way. I'm not saying that she made it up. I'm just saying that she's telling us this out of nowhere. So a fan page for Mary Cosby tweeted a picture of Ashley and her mom's wig. I think her mom is wearing that tired Mama Joyce wig. And then Katie Ross quoted it and said, Ashley and I love each other. There is no beef. Nobody asked you, Katie, because the post that you were quoting, it says, welcome back, Mama Sheila. It says nothing about Ashley. It certainly says nothing about you. So I don't know why you're quoting it and then putting this information out. Like you were kind of like quieting a rumor, you know? But she has no couth. I got to throw a flag. We all know she has no couth. Y'all saw that party that she threw in Sunday night's episode of the show. It was supposed to be a classy second bloom party. All of a sudden, she has a lady pop in her coochie in the middle of the living room. Weirdo. My magical vagina that she told details about. She told Andy Cohen, I have a hamster coochie on national TV. She ate it, so I guess she would know. She's just a hater. We love you, Wendy. I listened to Ashley, Darby, and Jeff, whatever Lewis, their episode of Watch What Happens Live. I listened to that today. I don't remember Ashley saying anything about Katie or her alleged hamster coochie. So I still don't understand where this came from. Can you guys give me some context on this? Because it's really surprising. Do I believe Katie? Yeah, absolutely. I think Ashley's a creep. She tries to make a move on these housewife co-stars all the time, right? The ladies. We saw her corner Jacqueline in a bathroom and ask her to kiss her and all this other stuff. She flirts with the other girls. Wasn't she humping Robin when she first met her? She's kind of a creep, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if she turned Katie out or something like that. I just don't understand where this is coming from, essentially. Just saying. So let me get into the comment section to see what y'all said. Don't forget, y'all, we did have a mic check about this. I said, listen, let's get that mic going. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Let me know if you believe Katie Ross that Ashley was out here chowing down on her coochie. Kahara says, I'm with you, Grace. I do not post on social media. I barely even look on social media. Right? It's too addictive. So I try to spend my time doing other things. Kelly says, I switched to Blue Sky too. It seems to be a bit nicer. X was just too much. Well, listen, y'all, this is very encouraging news then. I'll have to try to check it out. Helmut says, I have severe OCD. There you go. And it helps me stop obsessing. Well, that's very, very interesting to know. I love that for you. So it is really interesting, the things it can do from a medical perspective. I love that. Oh my God, that's amazing. Are you in a state where it's fully legal, or do you have to have a medical card? Because that's a very interesting use case, Francine, you got a new photo. Hang on. Y'all know I'm nosy. Let me take a look. I can't yet see what it is. Oh, I remember this picture. It's your sweet doggy all cuddled up and tucked into bed. It's so cute. Francine says, hi, Grace and everyone. Well, wasn't it so sad, the news of Diane Keaton passed away? Oh, rest in peace to a beautiful, absolute, beautiful legend. Very, very sad. Gone too soon. Diane Keaton. And you know what? On that topic, thank you for the reminder, Francine. Who else passed away recently? Joanne Goodall as well. Really, really amazing, amazing woman. Joan Goodall, I believe. Very, very sad. It's sad to hear about legends and icons and people who did so many beautiful things for the world passing away like that. And Jamie, exactly. I don't know what Ashley has with hamsters, because she called Candace hamster face. So she might have something to do with hamsters, right? Kahara says, Ashley is such a weirdo. And I agree, low key. She's a weirdo. And, that's how she wound up married to Michael. It's like Karen Huger said, they are cut from the same cloth, moldy, mildewy, messy. They're both weird. They're both creepy. Alma says, and I'm in Colorado. Oh, that's nice. Where if you need a card, you can get better stuff for a lower price. That's good. That's good. Because it's always sad when people need it for cases like medical things like that. They're not able to have access to it. So that's good. Tamara says she loves Diane. She seemed like a wonderful, beautiful person. Good morning, Ruby. Nice to see you, boo. Listen, Ruby, I feel so rude. I'm saying hello to you as I'm getting ready to check out of the show. Listen, we had a good show though today, as usual. Yesterday's show was really fun too, by the way, you guys. So I hope you'll be able to join our playback posse to be able to go back and watch. Listen, Ruby, I also showed everybody this cake I made last night. I started baking it last night and today I was decorating it. I made a confetti cake. So maybe you'll be able to get some more information about, that adventure and whatnot. if you go back and do the replay. And then, we're going to get into the Janelle stalking Canal, releasing her restraining order, filing information and all that stuff. Andy Cohen talking about the shock he felt when he found out about Wendy and Eddie's arrest. And then, by the way, Canal did respond to Janelle releasing her restraining order info. Oh, and then Acacia put us onto a final story. Well, it was a story we started off with, and it was about Kale Lowry celebrating her latest boyfriend, Black Isaac's birthday party. So that was at the beginning of the episode too. So feel free. It was a really good episode, and I hope you enjoy it on the playback, okay? Guys, I had a fantastic time chatting with you. Honestly, every day is just so amazing. So thank y'all so much for being here. I really do hope that you get to enjoy the rest of your day. And I'm looking forward to being back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk more about the day's hottest stories. If you enjoyed today's episode of the show, please don't forget to go ahead and give it a thumbs up on your way out, okay? Bye, guys. Happy Tuesday.